The real history story of Ukraine is a rich tapestry woven with threads of resilience, cultural evolution, and an enduring quest for sovereignty. Spanning millennia, Ukraine's journey from ancient civilizations to modern statehood reflects a narrative filled with triumphs, tribulations, and an unwavering spirit. Ancient civilizations and early inhabitants long before the establishment of modern nations, the lands of present-day Ukraine were home to diverse cultures and societies. The Trypillian culture, flourishing between the 5th and 3rd millennia BCE, is renowned for its sophisticated agrarian systems and intricately designed pottery. Archaeological findings reveal large settlements with advanced communal structures, indicating a high degree of social organization. By the 7th century BCE, Greek colonists established numerous city-states along the northern coast of the Black Sea, such as Olbia and Chersonesus. These colonies became vibrant centers of trade, art, and philosophy, facilitating cultural exchanges between the indigenous populations and the Mediterranean world. The interactions led to a fusion of traditions, enriching the region's cultural mosaic. The rise and flourishing of Kyivan Rus, 9th century CE, marked the emergence of Kyivan Rus, a federation of Slavic tribes unified under the leadership of the Varangians, Norse warriors who integrated with the local populace. Kyiv, strategically situated along the Dnieper River, evolved into a political and economic hub, facilitating trade routes connecting Scandinavia to Constantinople. Under the reign of Grand Prince Vladimir the Great, a monumental transformation occurred with the adoption of Christianity in 988 CE. This conversion not only aligned Kyivan Rus with the Byzantine Empire, but also ushered in an era of literacy, architectural development, and the creation of religious texts in the Old Church Slavonic language. The construction of the St. Sophia Cathedral in Kyiv stands as a testament to this cultural renaissance. Yaroslav the Wise, Volodymyr's son, further elevated the state's prominence by codifying legal statutes known as the Rus Justice and fostering international alliances through strategic marriages. Kyivan Rus during his reign became a beacon of Eastern Slavic civilization, with KU earning the moniker Mother of Rus cities. Fragmentation and Mongol Invasion, the unity of Kyivan Rus gradually dissipated due to internal dynastic conflicts and external pressures. The decentralization led to the rise of regional principalities, each vying for dominance. This fragmentation rendered the region vulnerable to external invasions. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire expanded westward, and in 1240, Kyiv suffered a devastating assault, leading to its fall. The Mongol invasion imposed a tributary system upon the principalities, significantly altering the political landscape. The once thriving urban centers faced decline, and many regions experienced economic and demographic downturns. The Grand Duchy of Lithuania and Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth as Mongol influence waned. The Grand Duchy of Lithuania extended its dominion over vast Ukrainian territories in the 14th century. The Lithuanian rulers adopted a policy of relative autonomy, allowing local customs and laws to persist. This period witnessed a revival of economic activities and the restoration of cities. The Union of Lublin in 1569 forged the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, integrating Ukrainian lands under Polish administration. This union introduced Polish legal systems, language, and Catholicism, leading to significant cultural and religious shifts. The imposition of serfdom and the dominance of Polish nobility over Ukrainian peasantry sowed seeds of social discontent. The Cossack Era and the quest for autonomy in response to social and religious pressures. The 16th century saw the rise of the Cossack self-governing militaristic communities inhabiting the steppes of Ukraine. Centered around the Zaporizhian Sich, a fortified settlement on the Dnieper River, the Cossacks became defenders of Orthodox Christianity and local traditions. Their naval expeditions and military campaigns against Ottoman and Tatar forces bolstered their reputation as formidable warriors. The mid-17th century was pivotal with the Khmelnytsky uprising, led by Hetman Baden Khmelnytsky. Initially sparked by grievances against Polish nobility, the rebellion evolved into a broader struggle for autonomy. Khmelnytsky's forces achieved significant victories, leading to the establishment of a Cossack hetmanata, semi-autonomous polity, seeking protection against external threats. The Hetmanate entered into the Treaty of Pereyaslav in 1654, aligning with the Tsardom of Russia. This alliance, however, gradually eroded Ukrainian autonomy. Partition and Imperial domination, late 18th century, witnessed the partitions of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth by neighboring powers Russia, Prussia, and Austria. Consequently, Ukrainian territories were divided. The east fell under Russian control, while the west came under Austro-Hungarian rule. Under the Russian Empire, policies aimed at suppressing Ukrainian identity intensified. The EMS UKs of 1876 prohibited the use of the Ukrainian language in print. Education and performance arts, aiming to assimilate Ukrainians into Russian culture. Cultural Renaissance and National Awakening. 19th century heralded a cultural renaissance in Ukraine, characterized by a burgeoning national consciousness and literary revival. The establishment of universities in Kharkiv, Kyiv, and Odessa became pivotal in promoting Ukrainian scholarship and cultural identity. These institutions facilitated the study of local history and ethnography, nurturing a sense of national pride. Literature emerged as a powerful vehicle for expressing national identity. Foremost among literary figures was Taras Shevchenko, whose poetry encapsulated the struggles and aspirations of the Ukrainian people. Born a serf, Shevchenko's works ranged from folkloric ballads to poignant critiques of social and national oppression. Envisioning Ukraine as a free and democratic society, however, the Tsarist regime perceived the rise of Ukrainian cultural and national movements as a threat. Repressive measures ensued, including the Valuev Circular of 1863 and the MSUKS of 1876, which restricted publications and performances in the Ukrainian language. These policies aimed to assimilate Ukrainians into Russian culture, stifling the burgeoning national consciousness. Struggle for independence and early 20th century turmoil. Early 20th century was marked by seismic shifts as empires crumbled in the aftermath of World War I in 1917. Amidst the Russian Revolution, the Ukrainian People's Republic was proclaimed, with Kyiv as its capital. Simultaneously, the West Ukrainian People's Republic emerged in 1918. Centered in Lviv, the two republics sought unification, culminating in the Act of Union on January 22, 1919. Despite these aspirations, the fledgling Ukrainian state faced formidable challenges. The UPR contended with military conflicts involving Bolshevik forces, Poland, and White Army factions. By 1921, following the Soviet-Ukrainian War, Ukrainian territories were partitioned. The eastern regions became the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, while western areas were incorporated into Poland, Romania, and Czechoslovakia. Soviet era, repression, and resilience under Soviet rule. Initial policies of Ukrainization in the 1920s briefly promoted Ukrainian language and culture. However, the 1930s ushered in an era of severe repression. The Holodomor famine of 1930 to 1933. A man-made catastrophe resulted in the deaths of millions of Ukrainians. Concurrently, Stalin's purges targeted Ukrainian intellectuals, artists, and political figures, aiming to quash any semblance of nationalism. World War II further devastated Ukraine, as it became a battleground between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. The Ukrainian insurgent army fought for independence, opposing both occupying forces. Post-war Soviet control was re-established, and in 1954, Crimea was transferred to Ukraine. The subsequent decades were marked by economic challenges and a continued struggle to preserve Ukrainian identity under Soviet hegemony. Path to independence and contemporary challenges. Dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991 paved the way for Ukraine's independence. The nascent nation faced the arduous task of transitioning to a market economy amidst political upheavals. The early 21st century witnessed significant events, such as the Orange Revolution in 2004, advocating for democratic reforms, and the Euromaidan protests in 2013, which led to the ousting of President Viktor Yanukovych. In 2014, Russia's annexation of Crimea and support for separatist movements in Donbass escalated into the ongoing Russo-Ukrainian War. The conflict intensified on February 24, 2022, with Russia's full-scale invasion. marking a critical juncture in Ukraine's fight for sovereignty and territorial integrity. Conclusion: Ukraine's history is a testament to its people's resilience and enduring quest for self-determination. From ancient civilizations to modern statehood, Ukraine has navigated a complex landscape of cultural flourishing, foreign domination, and relentless pursuit of independence. Today, as it confronts new challenges, Ukraine's rich historical tapestry continues to inspire its journey toward a sovereign and democratic future.